Hello, Gators. Welcome to the swamp over here at Sherman Elementary School. Mr. Keefe here. I am the instructional slash technology integration coach over here for the Gators, the Gator staff, the Gator kids, all that fun stuff. The swamp is what we call our collaboration room where we come to you live with all of these shows and then our weekly announcements. So when you hear the swamp, that's what we are referring to. And today we are jumpstarting our season 2 of our Sherman Staff Showcase. You might remember before Christmas break, we had one for Mr. Robertson coming in as our new PE teacher as we said goodbye to Miss Bustrom. And so now is the continuation of season 2. We're going to take some time to get to know our new staff members. And then once we are done interviewing them, we'll go back to our more seasoned teachers to kind of hear some updates and hear what's going on in their lives. So today we are going to start out over in third grade, and Miss Miller. Now, Miss Miller is a familiar name. However, it's not the Miss Miller we're thinking. It's a different Miss Miller, and I get really confused all the time when I hear her name called. But Miss Miller, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. Happy that we're doing this today.
Yes, yes. And we are recording this today on Wednesday. I just got done recording another one that's going to show tomorrow on Thursday. So for those people watching, it might get kind of confusing when I say certain things, but you'll figure it out. We'll make it work. All right. Well, Miss Miller, you are coming in, taking over a third grade classroom. And first off, welcome. We are glad you're here. We appreciate everything that you've done for us so far, and we're excited to see where you go with it. And one thing that we like to start out these showcases with is, what is your background? So where did you grow up? Where did you go to school? And what brought you to us here at Sherman?
Well, I grew up here in the Treasure Valley, in Eagle, back when it was a rural town, weirdly enough. I graduated from Meridian High School and I went on to Boise State. It took me a little while to discover I wanted to be a teacher, but it's definitely something I don't think I could live without. I student taught here at Sherman Elementary. I was in the spring, I was in kindergarten, and then this fall, I was part of a fifth grade class before I got to come in here and take over for third grade. And I graduated this December, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, no, it's funny because I don't remember you being in kindergarten
Really?
when you student taught. It was so long ago, even though it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Remind me, were you in Miss Tabuso's class or Miss Para's class?
I was with Mrs. Tabuso in kindergarten, and then for fifth grade, I was with Mrs. Matthews' class, and she's just down the hallway, so I still get to see my fifth graders all the time, which is super fun.
Perfect. You know, I was a fifth grade teacher for 13, 14 years before taking over this role. And one thing that I missed out on was seeing the other kids all, the rest of the years, because they always went up to middle school. So it's a nice, interesting treat that you still get to see your fifth graders, but you get your third graders. And then the next couple of years, you're going to get to see them grow even more and more. So it's kind of a cool little thing there.
Right. It's really special.
Yeah, it really is. So our second question is kind of along with the first, even though I don't think of Eagle as a rural, I can't say that word very well, town. So that's kind of funny you mentioned that. So it kind of piques my interest as to what your interests are outside of Sherman.
I do a lot of activities outdoors. I spend a lot of time with the horse community, just riding and being a part of that. I also coach a youth shooting team. It's a clay target shooting team for all youth in the community. We span across the Treasure Valley. I'm one of 6 coaches. We focus a lot on education towards the shooting community, different safety procedures. And our biggest thing is working as a team and just learning to have that kind of culture, which is really fun because I get to pull things from my classroom to the team and from the team to my classroom and kind of mix those together. And it's been a really fun way to intertwine stuff. I love going backpacking, staying in the mountains, going on hikes. We do a lot of fishing. So any chance I can be outside, I do it. So winter's not always my favorite time of year.
No, that is fun. I enjoy being outside, except in the summer when it gets way too hot,
Yeah.
and I can't stand it. But I do enjoy going out and going fishing. My son Zane likes fishing, even though I don't think he's ever really caught anything.
Yeah.
And then target shooting is something that, oddly enough, and I don't know the right term for this, but they used to have people like down in the pits that would pull the clay targets
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
fire them out. And my wife was telling me that she used to be that person down in the pit that
Oh,
got to
cool.
pull it, and when she was in high school. So I hear stories about that all the time, and it sounds like it's a blast to
Yeah.
go and do. So I might have to pick your brain on where the best place is to go and all that fun stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And it's such a fun community to be a part of, and it gives you something to do on the weekends. And it's a family activity too, which is probably one of my favorite things.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a blast.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to change gears here. So you did do your student teaching here. You've been with us for, essentially a year and a half now, with your student
A year. I
teaching.
started last January. So it's
Oh,
been like
yes,
almost a
yes,
year
it
flat.
is
Yeah.
January.
Yeah.
This is there we go. The day I just eludes me most of the time. So being with us for a year now, in your opinion, what makes Sherman a great place to be a Gator?
Well, I think with my experience from my schools growing up and then the field work that I've gotten to do throughout college, Sherman is really unique in the sense that there is a really big aspect of family here. You know, everyone's a Gator, all families are included, and we do a really, really good job of keeping people involved and linked in. And you just never feel like an outsider, which is, I think, super special, especially at the elementary level. And I love being a part of it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Every morning I'm out in the front parking lot waving cars forward, and it's funny because I give them a nice wave and a smile. And so this is my opportunity to, let them know who I am, that I'm not just that guy out there trying to dodge cars.
Yeah, yeah.
So I haven't got ran over yet, and the key word there is yet.
Right. Well,
And
just keep smiling and you should be okay.
yes, yes, no, it is fun. I enjoy it out there. But we do have time for one bonus question.
Okay.
And so what I'm going to do here, so because this is where that recording was getting kind of confusing for me, because I did this with Miss Morton, who will be on the staff showcase tomorrow, even though I recorded it before you. So that's where it's messing me up. But this graphic will be shown to her tomorrow.
Okay.
And so you haven't seen it. Nobody else has seen it yet, even though, again, I'm confusing myself now. But I'm going to show you a picture here, and I'm curious which of these shows, so TV shows, was your favorite.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's do it.
So which of these shows here was your favorite growing up?
I really liked Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Yeah, I remember that because she had her little black cat, and I had two black cats growing up, and so I always kind of tied to that, and I had always wished that my cat talked like hers did. And it made me really jealous.
And what was the cat's name?
Um, oh gosh, I don't remember.
I
Yeah, I
can't
don't
remember
remember.
either. I
It
can
was a
hear his
boy.
voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah, I
probably
can hear
started
the
with an
voice.
S, like Stanley or something like that.
I want to say Sebastian, but that just
Oh. Oh,
doesn't.
I
I
think
don't
that
know.
sounds right, but I don't know.
If anybody out there is watching and you know the name of the black cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, leave it in the comments, and you might get a STEM prize that we have laying around here. But looking at these other shows, do you know any of these other shows?
Yeah, I watched Fuller House, Family Matters, and Boy Meets World. I didn't watch them nearly as much. I like Full House. It was good. I've watched the Fuller House reboot, and it almost like ruins it for me because it's just nothing compared to the original. Family Matters, I never got into, super big. Boy Meets World was okay. I know the one character, Topanga. I can never
Topanga,
get her,
yes.
yeah, I can never get her name right, and it was always kind of confusing. And I was pretty young, so but I did watch those.
No, no, that's good. And that's why I put them up there, is because this was right in my heyday growing up. Every Friday night, that's why we have the TGIF there.
Oh,
Every
that's
Friday
funny.
night, these were brand new. And the show in the bottom middle, have
Hmm.
you ever seen that one? Because that's always a wild card for people.
I feel like I've seen the characters, but no, I've not seen the show.
Do you know what it's called?
No.
Well, it's a very tricky name, and it's
Okay.
called Dinosaurs.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
So yes,
Funny.
it's something for you to look up on Netflix or Hulu, wherever it's at. I think it might be on Disney Plus. But
Okay.
it was a favorite of mine growing up. It's given Zane a few nightmares here and there, but it's a fun one.
It looks
Um,
like the Star Wars characters from, was it Jabba the Hutt? That's what it looks like to me.
yes, yes, and I'm sure we're gonna get some angry texts about that now.
Sorry.
From the Star Wars fans, especially Mr. C or
Uh-oh.
Mr. A, because they're way into the Star Wars
Ooh, I'll be hearing about
nerdum,
it in
I
the
should say.
hallways. I'm not
Yes,
gonna be away
but
from it.
it's all good. Well, Miss Miller, I gonna end this with saying this here. We do really appreciate everything that you're doing for our students here, not just currently, but the ones that you've seen, over the past year in fifth grade and in kindergarten. I am personally excited to see where you're going to go with things and how much you're going to grow as a teacher, especially as you get your feet planted in a firmer foundation. It's going to be awesome. And then when you get into, your 15th, 16th year, like I am, it's going to be way cool to look back at this to see where you were, but then also see, where you're at then. And who knows where things are going to go. But, I am glad that we get to see it right from the beginning.
Yeah.
So
Thank
it'll be
you.
way cool. It'll be
Thank
cool.
you. I'm so happy to be a part of the Sherman team. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy. I
Yeah, yeah,
appreciate
no,
that.
we're happy to have you. And I know you know this. We like to end things with our certain catchphrase.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, and I did this last year with all these, I'm going to remove myself from the screen, and then you will get to end the video, say what you want, end it, and yeah, thanks for joining me.
Of course. Thank you. It was so nice for me to get to introduce myself to the Sherman family. I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to be here with our students and your kids. And as always, it is great to be a Gator. Thank you.